Okay, once again, Happy New Year to everyone. And we appreciate God for the grace and the opportunity to witness a new year 2025. Over the last few years, God has kept all of us alive, and we sincerely hold Him that appreciation. So, right from last week, I've received a lot of conversations, informations. I've received a lot of complaints from many HR, particularly on the aspect of I want to change of job, I want to quit my job, I don't want to work again in that place, I'm tired of that place, I want to get to another place. That's one. Two, we've seen a lot of HR changing jobs, 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, 6 months, 8 months, 6 months, 8 months, and even 2-3 months. And we've seen those also within 1 year less. So why? For me, I'm not speaking for or against, but I just want to explain some things I explained to some HR about the reality of what is happening, so that can guide them to understand the dynamics of the disruptive 2025. And when you compare to previous years, maybe in 2024, 2023, or even in early 20s or 90s, you will be mixing it together. A lot of things have taken place and have shaped the work environment. So because the corporate world is changing, we must understand the alignment and then the fact that many factors are actually dictating what should be an ideal work environment. So when we see some of this happening, what are the insights that you can pick? In particular, this class I'm doing is for HR practitioners. You can be clear about the reality. Whether you move from company A to B or not, there are critical things you need to understand about similarities in the current 2025. So I'm going to start with, why do we have a lot of agitations even for HR managers about their work environment, about their workplaces, about their employees, about the demand from their employers, about their CEOs? And secondly, why are we having quite a number of expectations misaligning? Okay, you thought this is the kind of environment they look like, and when you appear, or when you get there, you see a different thing entirely. It's not about they being wrong or no you being wrong, but let us look at what are these considerable factors. Number one is the global disruption. You see, there used to be a regular flow, how things operate before. There used to be a regular way organizations, what we call organizational behavior, how they behave and how they react, how they respond, how they behave to customers, how they behave to employees, how they behave to managers, how they behave to community, how they behave to resources. So, but many things have changed within OB as a result of global disruption. By global disruption, things have changed, and because of these changes, which, of course, you see IT or technology changing them, they put a lot of pressure on organizations, and moving from traditional ways to modern or contemporary ways can be very, very difficult, because change is difficult. Even myself, I will react to change, and everybody by default react to change because we have been configured in a particular way. So these expectations are global, operating in Africa, in Asia, in Europe, and every part of the world. So because they are operating across the globe, they affect your organization, your industry. Whether you're in fintech or manufacturing, or it doesn't matter. It is a global disruption, and that has also disrupted the work environment, the services or products you operate, and other variables. The second thing you have to understand is that because of this global disruption, CEOs have recalibrated their expectations. Why? The investors, those who loan the CEOs money, the bankers, or other investors, they have expectations. And these expectations they have put the CEOs under pressure. And because the CEOs under pressure, it will escalate the pressures to you. It will give you, some, and then every department will get. And that's why you see the CEOs demanding. Because when the investors have to go to bank and borrow money, and the rates at which the borrowing is coming is huge, that will put pressure on them. They have to look at the cost of the economy, look at the cost of running business, look at the cost of maintaining assets, facilities, maintaining assets. Those pressures that you see that is coming from those things affect you too. It makes them to have high expectations from you as the HR manager. And that's why you have to understand that when you see the CEOs shouting and lamenting and demanding, and you see headless meetings, and you see they are asking for this and that, you see, what? You should get it. You should understand that the reason is because there is disruption. There's so much desire from investors. The second one is you must understand the roles of the complexities in generational divide. We are having one organization that has 5 generations. And so whether from baby boomers, to Alpha or Gen Z, or millennials, they put pressure on the organization. Why? to meet up the expectations of these coexisting generations in one organization is quite complex. And because of their complexities, how they want to work, what they want, what they demand. For example, I remember many years ago when we designed promotional policy, you say, okay, you have to stay on this job for 3 years. Nobody is going to stay on that job for 3 years. This Gen Z will not stay. If they spend 1 year with you, 2 years with you, and there's no promotion, they will leave. So they put pressure on HR. It's not only that, the way you manage their behaviors, their responses, even in consequence management, is quite different from past generations. Why? Because of the way they are configured. This put pressure on you as HR. You must understand the role of technology. Today, if you are even having conversation in your office, people are recording you. When you issue memo, they will snap it, and that memo will land on social media, and they will say, "What? You mean your HR issue you query?" So these are putting pressures on how do you deal with work complexities and workforce uniqueness in the work environment. That's what put pressure on you. Now you also want to understand that there is customer sophistication. We are dealing with customers who are well knowledgeable. They have understanding, they have clarity. In fact, as you are showing them your product, they are comparing with 10 organizations that offer the same services with you. In fact, at cheaper rates, faster and quicker. Because of these customer sophistications, they demand endlessly, they complain endlessly, they want everything done sharp. When they put pressure on the organization, the CEOs put pressure on HR. Say, HR, do you see the kind of people you are giving me? We want to give us talent. Give us talent. When these Gen Zs or millennials or alpha or baby boomer or generation is, when they are leaving, they put pressure on your recruitment, and that's why you are struggling to get people and say, "I'm tired. I've done everything to get employee, but this company will not appreciate me." Why? Because you are dealing with complex generations, and that's why they don't stay. When they don't stay, you have to increase your what? Your viscosity, your rate at which you bring in people, recruitment, closing timeline. Then you come back to the issue of consequence management. They are complex and they are difficult, and you as HR, you have to increase your complexities in managing complex issues and challenges in the work environment. Don't think you're going to come to work environment and easily scale through. It's not going to work. You must have that understanding and brace up for the complex demands from various workforce you are dealing with. As I said, they have social media tools. They can say a lot about you. They can put your pictures, they can put your comments, they can put your posts, they can put your memos, and that can expose you. So as a result, you see pressure on HR. Then you need to understand also that the regulatory authority is also making things difficult. So many things are changing within the regulatory demands. You see government coming with new policies, regulations. They put pressure on you as HR because you have to comply with the regulatory expectations. And then competitors. Many organizations are currently struggling because competition is not taking it lightly, whether local or global, and this can force them out of market. No organization, no businessman, in my experience, consulting for over 100 CEOs across Africa, no CEO is a playboy, is a businessman, and they are not going to play with their business. So if they bring you as HR, they will demand a whole lot from you. And better still, even if you start your own business, you start your own consulting, you will expect the same thing because we are operating in the same environment, in the same market, whether in the same industry or not. It is the same work environment, global world environment, and the same thing will be experienced by you, even if you own the business. So the business owners are competing with competitors who want to force them out of market, take over their market. They have that issues to deal with. So because of the competitive challenges, they have to haze their game, and they bring a lot of demands on you as HR. You see them asking for this, asking for that, and you're wondering, hey, I am not a robot, I'm a human being. Because they are going to deal with global disruption. They're going to deal with government dynamics. They're going to deal with community issues. They're going to deal with competition. They're going to deal with employees. They're going to deal with investors. And that's why as HR, you must understand that when you get to a new place and you're surprised, you're just, I didn't expect this. Yes, you didn't expect it. Even they don't expect it either. Employer never knew that the world of business will change like this. Employer never knew that it's going to look like that. Government never knew that things will change. Community never knew that things will change. Even customers never knew that things will change. So you see everyone in the world of cacophonies. And because of this dynamics, changes, pressures, it's going to put pressure on you as HR. So if you leave this company and you get to another company and you think it's going to be very cool, it may not be so. Of course, there could be some peculiarities, but you must brace up, increase your viscosity, develop your competencies, learn more, understand the dynamics of work environment, customize and study the environment. Seek first to understand the environment. Understand what they need from you, what they want from you, and begin to calibrate. As I said, if you move from this company to another company and you do not resolve issues that has to do with you, you will meet the same thing. But if you brace up and you develop yourself and become relevant, when you get to that place, you will succeed and you survive. Thank you so much, and I wish you the very best of 2025. Bye.